Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Leo, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Leo, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one is going to be the Elemental Oracle for the overall energy. And for the tarot portion of the reading, the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Angel, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for Leo? Okay. Number 7. Thank you, Spirit. Number 7, which corresponds to the Chariot card of the Major Arcana, that's Cancer energy. Chariot card talks about victory, first and foremost. Hard control, fast movement forward, a mastery over the light and the shadow aspects of who we are. And I have a feeling, though, Leo, you are focusing on working on your shadow right now, because the card you got is Darkness Moon. Darkness Moon. I immediately am drawn to the fact that her arms are crossed like this, really completely blocking off the heart chakra. So you could have recently experienced some kind of setback or heartache or heartbreak that is causing you to retreat inward a little bit. You're not losing momentum in any way. You are Leo. I mean, there's nothing you would hate more than to lose momentum for yourself. And that's not what's happening. But I do see there's a deep contemplation with what has transpired. I do feel that this has already happened, that you could have had a 3 of Swords disappointment happen to you recently. Somebody could have let you down, some situation that might not have worked in your favor, and it could have been something that you were really looking forward to and you had expectation around. Now you're just kind of wondering, where do we go from here? How do I navigate this disappointment or this heartbreak? Because also her eyes are covered. It's almost like I just don't want to look at it sometimes. Look at the shadow. It's so beautiful how this is rendered, isn't it? Because I interpret all of this trail here as just like the other side of her hair, and it's almost like the moon is tucked right behind, but it's giving off all of this light. The moon as a card in the Major Arcana of the Tarot represents secrets, illusion, confusion, and mystery. Something hidden in the depths. And it's coming to light. It's like coming out. It's like revealing itself now. I don't know, Leo. I feel as though there's something here that could be hard to face, especially because the eyes are hidden. Let's look a little bit deeper at it. 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, future. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Yeah. For Leo, please, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What messages do you have, please, Spirit, for Leo? 2 more. Thank you. Yeah, the cards are telling me that's where it is. Okay, 6 cards out on the table. Past energy, 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. This is the 5 of Pentacles in the upright. 5 of Pentacles talks about, I'm going to talk about a lot of things. The first word that flashed through my mind was abandonment. Abandonment. This is the card of feeling left out in the cold. As we can see here, it's almost like everything is out on display. You could lead a very public life or have a public persona, and it's almost as if you feel like everyone can see. It's like everyone can see your pain or your heartbreak or your disappointment or something that didn't work out. You feel like everyone can see. And whether or not you feel like they're judging you on that, I'm not sure. That's wrapped up in it, right? When we feel like exposed, then we fear the judgment, the ridicule, the criticism. Right? And that's why I think both of these characters are turning their heads. You did get this card in the reverse, though. So sometimes this card can feel like a little bit of we have been forgotten. But the card in reverse in the past energy tells me that you're trying to lift yourself out of the feeling. And it's difficult. But it's clarified strangely by the number 4 of the major arcana, the Emperor. This is Aries energy. Aries is a trailblazer, right? It's the first zodiac sign. And they're kind of called the babies of the zodiac because it's just like they're fearless. Aries, the Emperor, signifies somebody who is the power of all 4 kings of the tarot. Very much in control. Very stately, domineering. Somebody that runs an empire. So, Spirit just said the bigger they are, the harder they fall. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And that's exactly kind of what is depicted here, right? Like, yes, the Emperor, it kind of goes both ways. The Emperor is the puppet master, a little bit, but it's almost like the sense like everybody gathers together and they can bring down the Emperor. I feel that this is very fear-based. Your past energy, it's in your past. And my throat chakra is, this is the 5th reading I've done today, so I think my voice might be giving way a little bit, but there's always a reason, right? It could be hard to talk about. This is in the past energy. It's not to say that anybody conquered you, but maybe they tried because you felt so exposed. Because you are in control normally. Do have a lot of clout and reputation, something you built. You are running the empire. But there's disappointment wrapped up in it, in the past energy. Can I have a clarifier for the 5 of Pentacles? What do we feel left out of? King of Pentacles in the reverse. Some kind of stability, prosperity. Maybe this had to do with business, and it was like a business deal gone wrong, or that was undermined or challenged. And maybe it wasn't because of anything like betrayal, or maybe like, because now Spirit's showing me, maybe you needed a license, like a certification or a license or whatever, and maybe it just hasn't come through yet, or didn't come through on time, or there was some hiccup with it, or something like that, and it just caused a disappointment that where prosperity or abundance could have been stymied or delayed with the King of Pentacles in reverse. And that could have made you feel like, this is tricky, because it kind of feels like I'm hearing the sentiment of, is the universe conspiring against me? Well, no. The universe is not conspiring against you. But there could be a lesson here. But also, Spirit wants to say, it's like trust. If there's a delay, there was a reason. Can we trust that? Could be hard. I feel a little bit of bitterness coming from this energy. Like, I worked so hard to build myself up, and I don't really need other people or the peanut gallery to comment or work against me. But a little bit wrapped in ego energy, and you trying to come to grips with that. In the present energy here, Three of Pentacles in reverse, this is the card of collaboration and co-creation, and it just feels like clarified by the Ten of Swords. This is tough, Leo. This is not an easy reading, but if it resonates with you, then it's like a Spirit's acknowledgement of what you're going through, right? Things do take an upturn. I do want to put that out there. Ten of Swords. It's even more intense than the Three of Swords that I was referring to, right? Three of Swords, heartbreak, heartache. Ten of Swords is just like we're flattened, we're on the ground. Stick a fork in us, we're done. I'm done. I'm tired. All of my thoughts and feelings are exhausted. I have tried to strategize my way out of something. It seems like I keep meeting a lot of dead ends. I'm trying to work with people. People are not trying to work with me. What is going on? But I do want to point out to you that the sun is coming up over the horizon. By the time we reach the Ten of Swords, we're ready to receive that Ace of Swords. We go back from the 10 to the Ace, and the cycle starts all over again. The Ace of Swords represents breakthrough, clarity, epiphany. We're learning lessons. The card is in the upright. We're about to transition to the Ace of Swords, where we're going to learn things, where it's all going to become clear. It's going to become clear, Leo. What is this epiphany for Leo? This is thank you, Spirit. High Priestess in reverse. Number 2 of the major arcana, Pisces energy. Another reference to Pisces with the moon and the High Priestess. You could have Pisces in your chart or be dealing with the Pisces. The High Priestess talks about somebody who's very psychic, very clear, all the clairs, clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant, all the clairs. Very psychic, all-knowing, all-seeing, says nothing. 1 foot in this world and 1 foot in the spiritual realm. The High Priestess can read a room. She can intuit. She relies on her intuition to guide her. You got this card in the reverse. I think there's this sense within you that whatever happened over here, you maybe already knew was going to happen. Maybe you saw it coming. Maybe there were red flags, because I'm kind of looking at this red curtain. Maybe there were red flags and you looked past them, didn't want to look at them, didn't want to acknowledge, tried to make it work. And this great epiphany that's coming is you understanding that you should have listened to your intuition, because your intuition never leads you astray if you actually listen to it. That nagging feeling, that sense within you that, this doesn't feel right. Leo intuition is very strong. It's like you are the lion, right? Spirit's reminding me, you are the lion. There is prowess. There is base instinct that does not lead you astray. But when we don't listen to it, when we allow ego to get in the way or allow other people to convince us of something that we don't genuinely feel, that's when we find ourselves in certain predicaments. It's all a lesson though, Leo, and this is temporary energy, right? Every single hour of every single day, we have the opportunity to change and to evolve and to learn. So one important thing is, like, don't sit in this energy. Don't sit in this place where you feel like, oh, everybody can see. I feel exposed. I feel like, up, kind of front and center for everyone to ridicule. No. Release that energy. Who cares? It's almost like, who cares what they say? People are going to talk. Whether you're not successful, you are successful, it doesn't matter, right? It's because it's all about focusing on your own self-improvement. I'm hearing a Sheryl Crow song. The first cut is the deepest. Try and love again. That might resonate. You might like that song. You might resonate with that message. The first cut is the deepest. To try and love again. I don't know if this has to do with a relationship or a familial connection. I do feel like this is very business related or work related. It doesn't have to be, but for somebody out there, it really is. Like a partnership that fell through. And it's like trying to pick yourself back up and learning to, like, not everybody is like that. Not everybody is going to disappoint you. Trying to avoid jadedness or cynicism, and it can be really difficult if you've been burned. Because I see that here. Thankfully, the future potential is looking a lot brighter. Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups talks about being spoiled for choice. Like, you're gonna have so many options. You're not gonna know what to do with all of them. And that can be confusing too. Okay, well, now there's so many options of like what direction I can move into. What do I do, right? Always listen to your intuition. There are gonna be some stars that shine just a little bit brighter than others. Gravitate towards the spaces and places and people that shine just a little bit brighter to your heart than others. Listening to yourself. Two of Cups. You're the first sign in 6 readings that's gotten the Two of Cups. This can talk about divine partnership, but it can also talk about the connection and alignment of you and your higher self. And that's, I think, the key. Listening to the self first and foremost. Right? It's like you and your soul. Your soul will never lead you astray. We just have to learn to, like, really take it to heart, to listen to it. What is some advice from Leo? This was tough reading. Any advice for Leo, please? For Leo. Ooh. Death card in reverse, number 13 of the Major Arcana, Scorpio energy. There are some cycles that need to be closed out. And you're on on the precipice, you're on the brink of shutting the door completely and shedding that skin, shedding that old you, right? But Spirit is saying you have to be resolute. It's like once the door is shut, it can never be reopened. But there are some people and situations that cannot and should not follow us into the next phase of life, into the next chapter. And Spirit is saying it's really important for you to look at that at this time. So that's your reading, Leo. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Leo.